hacked.
We don't have Kevin or Michael, or do we? No.
They're back. They're coming right as we speak. Okay, apologize for the intermission. We lost connection there after that last item.
Okay, so I think we have everyone back. We will continue the meeting. We are on to item 7, which is business items. We have none for tonight. So that moves us to item 8, reports and communication. We'll go to 8A, planning and community development director.
I don't have any items, Mr. Chair. I'm available for any questions you may have.
I had a question, Sonic, do we have any updates on Sonic? The last I heard, we were waiting for them to submit their final plans. Is that still the
They
situation?
submitted their final plans 5 times. They need to make a fundamental correction to the storm drain treatment. Right. So just to let you know some of the dirty details, we had anticipated what's called bioswales to clean the storm drain water when it rains. In our plan check process, we determined that cannot be done. They have to use a containment underneath the ground to treat stormwater. So they're in the middle of redesigning that. They are still moving forward, though.
I believe they were planning on submitting something this week, last we heard.
All right, thank you. Any questions from the commissioners for Kevin? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item 8B, planning commissioner brief reports. Do any of the commissioners have any brief reports?
I don't have a brief report, but I wanted to share something. I don't know if anybody else read this in the paper. I know Kevin heard about it, about the planning commission. I think it was in another city, like neighboring city. One of the planners was texting a family member while they were in the meeting, and they subpoenaed their personal phone records, right, Kevin?
Yes, they did. They were using their personal cell phone and they were texting during the meeting, and they were able, someone requested that information and they were able to retrieve it and see what they were texting.
Yes, I know.
Thanks for bringing that up, Albert. That's one of the, every time I've been to the Planning Commissioners Academy, which is every year there's well, they haven't done it for COVID, but the League of California Cities does a Planning Commissioners Academy. And for Miguel and Aaron, if you guys, I really would highly recommend you attend that. There's some really good classes. That's one of the things that comes up over and over during those classes. Because of that, I stopped using like a personal email for planning commission, and then now it's all, that's why we got the city emails, was specifically for that reason. So it is something to be aware of and to be careful of.
That's all. I just wanted to bring that up. And exactly, every time I go to that academy, I attend that class, and they harp on it, like, be careful. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Albert. Any other communications from commissioners? Okay, seeing none.
Nope, there's one. Sorry, I think Aaron was going to say something.
Oh, Aaron, go for it.
Yeah. Has there been any word of when one of those academies could possibly be held, or are we looking like at next year or something?
I get notification, and then all the commissioners get notifications as well. I forgot what time of the year is it normally? March?
Yeah, they're usually in March. So,
it's usually March.
The last one I went to was March of, I guess, last March, so 2020, which was literally like a week or two before everything shut down. So this year it got canceled, of course, due to COVID. Things are starting to open up, so I would anticipate maybe that that planning commission
March 2020,
March of 2022. Yeah,
and it's usually either in Southern California or Northern California, and the city council makes it a point to fund for all of you to go, and we really encourage for every one of you to go to those.
And how long are those for? Are those a couple day thing, or?
It's 4 days, 3 days?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days, something like that. The
It's
last
very
one,
beneficial.
the last one they had was Northern California. So I'm guessing the next one, when they finally have it again, would be on the southern half of the state again.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would definitely be interested in that. So if I see the email, or if you could add me to the list, Kevin, that'd be great.
Yep, you bet.
Yeah,
There's another conference from the American Planners Association. I'm looking out for that, and that one's usually around September. But I'll check and I'll look. But COVID's always putting things in question, though.
Yeah, I get the emails from the League of the California Cities. So if I see it, I'll make sure I forward it to Kevin so he can forward it to everyone.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, if you get them before I see them, send them to me too.
You bet.
Thank you.
Okay, any other communications? Okay, seeing none, I'll move on to item 8C. Planning Commission members may propose items for placement on a future agenda. Anybody have anything additional that they want to add to for future agendas? I know we have a list of a lot of things that we've done in the past. I don't know if Miguel and Aaron might not be aware of all the items that we had put on a list. I know we had talked about like truck parking and signage.
The truck parking got done. So the planning commissioners have items that they would like to be brought to their attention, right? And the way to get that on a future agenda is to request it. And this is the time when you would request it. And I try to fit it into our schedule and do some analysis and bring it forward to a future agenda. So now's the time to ask for those things. So the truck parking that you're talking about, that was one from Christopher Hoy that wanted to have that addressed, and that required probably a year of ordinance changes and stuff like that. And then we finally presented it to you.
Yeah, one of the items I always mention is the wayfinding signs. So we have these public parking lots throughout the city, and the reason I brought it forward is because like during July 4th, when we used to have the parade, which we have, or the car show and the chili cook-off, and we have the May Festival, I'd always noticed that people that come from out of town park all over, and then you go to these parking lots like behind Central, behind the businesses, there's a big parking lot, and there's some other parking lots. I know where those parking lots are. I go to those and I still see open spaces, but I see people parking all the way down by Vaughn's, and so that's why I've always said I think we can do better with wayfinding signs. And then a lot of the public parking signs are worn out, so
Yeah.
that was one of the items I had added. So things like that. So think about that for things if you ever want to add certain things like that.
Oh, they opened up Central Avenue now too, right?
What's on Central Avenue?
They opened up Central all the way down to the,
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not reporting any of those things. I don't want to bore you guys to tears. I've got a litany of things, so I just wait for a question. So,
I look forward to you reporting that.
Same
okay.
here.
Well, if you notice, you can now drive down Central Avenue past River Street heading south, and you can go to either Edgewood or Heritage Valley Parks Parkway to go into that subdivision. So yes, that's now open. The KB product, which is next door to that, that's now open. Yes.
Okay. I think that was 8C, so we'll move over to item 9, which is our adjournment. So at this time, I'll adjourn the Planning Commission meeting to our regularly scheduled meeting for August 18th, 2021. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.